Hey, in this video, we're going to talk about NovoCall. I'm actually going to put it on my TechSmart Boss website and walk you through the entire back end of the product. If you're looking for a new way to capture leads from your website visitors, then stay tuned for this one. Hey everybody, this is David with TechSmart Boss here with another video, and this week we're going to cover a product called NovoCall.co. I've actually been using this product for a while in my primary business, and I've been meaning to come back and do a video for you on it because it's really a useful tool. What it does, you can put a little widget on your website like this. You'll see that this is an example. It says, "Welcome to NovoCall. We're currently unavailable, but you can still schedule a call by clicking on the widget below." Now they're unavailable, but if they were available, this would allow you to actually do a live call real time between you and your website visitor, and it works across a lot of different countries. So you don't have to worry about, phone systems and long distance calls and international calling. They kind of handle all of that for you. But if you are offline, you'll see a call me later, and I can go in there and actually pick when I would like a phone call back. And guess what? The same thing happens. They will literally make the phone call on your behalf and connect the two parties. You could also do messages. So it's a whole lot of really cool stuff. I really like their product. And from a price perspective, it works well for small business that there's a free option, which is great. And then you can kind of see the other options here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start their free trial, actually walk you through it, and ideally get it set up on my website so you can see how easy it is to put the little widget there. So let's go ahead and click start free trial. I'm going to go ahead and sign up under TechSmart Boss and set up a password. So it's a really easy onboarding process, and what I like is there's just a ton of features in this product, and they're adding to it all the time, which is really great. So let's give our name and our company name and get started. Really simple onboarding process, and boom, we're right there in the dashboard. Now I'm not going to take a second to to validate the email unless I see something where I have to. But what's nice is, and if I go back to the pricing, well, I won't go back to the pricing, but the pricing gives you, on the free you get one widget, but on any of the paid plans you get multiple widgets. And you'll kind of notice here right at the top, my widget, I can actually set up multiple widgets and put this on different websites. So if you want to have a slightly different message, slightly different call schedules, all those sorts of things, that's really easy to do. Now, one of the first things that you can do is if I go into account, you'll see that, well, actually, not account. Let's go back to our dashboard and go to settings. Underneath settings, you have the ability to do a whole lot of configuration on the calls, the phone calls that they're going to make, as well as the widget. Let's look at the call settings. So this is where you can add reps, and a rep would be a person who's able to receive that phone call. And as you add that rep, you're able to put in their phone number. This is the number that NovoCall will actually initiate that phone call to, and their email, so they can get emails that it's coming. You'll notice that they can do a real plain old telephone phone number, or it integrates well with all your SIP phones if you're using that method. And if you have a team of people who can get these phone calls, you'll see that you could do round robin, which is really nice. And this is a feature that I particularly like, is when I get that phone call, it tells me it's from NovoCall, so I know it's from a website lead. And if I'm not in a place where I can communicate at that point, I don't have to answer the call. If I do want to answer it, I press the key and it connects me directly with that person real time, which is just really nice. You can also set your working hours. So remember we talked about that you can do a live call, or if it's after hours, then it can schedule a call. Well, this is where for your call reps, you can go in and set that schedule. And what I'm really excited about that's on their roadmap is they're going to hook this up with your Google Calendar. So it's going to dynamically, if you have an appointment during your working hours already scheduled, it's not going to allow people to do a call at that point in time, which is really nice. Also, text messaging, you can have it actually send out text messages, which is really nice. This depends on, of course, the country that you're in. And then from a phone, this is what I really like is you can actually pick which countries you support. Now, I haven't gone through and set up my phone number and set up my verified email and all that kind of stuff, but take a look at this. They've got about 27, I don't even know, I'm saying 27. They got a bunch of countries here that this works in. And if you're in one of these countries and you take a lot of leads and you have a lot of website visitors from one of these countries, then it'll work fine. And you'll notice that you can nail this down. If you only wanted to support the US, you could do that and just say only show the countries that I support. So very, very nice type of settings here, and I like the robustness of it. Now on the widget itself, a lot of things you could do as well. You can embed it on your website. That's that little. You can have a specific link that you can put in your email signature so people can schedule or do a live call with you. So there's all kind of places where you can put this. And if I go through and look at the widget settings, you can customize all that as well. Your language of your widget, multilingual, should the widget appear on all your pages or custom pages? Honestly, you can also control that through Google Tag Manager. So that's one piece that I always like. Your content of your widget, what do you want? You can customize all those little boxes. You can't do complete customization, but you can do all the customization I think that most people would need. So there's a lot of that in there. What triggers the widget? It doesn't have to always be on your website. It could be some actions or some intents. People can click on something. Lots of control. I'm not going. I'm going through this really fast because I kind of keep these videos within about a 10-minute window here. But you can kind of just see all the power here. And now let's look at this. You can customize your widget design if you want it on the left side of the page, what you want the color to be, the shape. You'll see down here in the corner, I'm looking at a little live update. Let's change that so you can see it a little better. I'll make it red and you'll see how that looks. So very nice on how you can set up all these widgets and do that. Even the greeting box, if you want to have it automatically prompt the user, you can do those some sort of things. And some of this is pro, meaning you got to pay for it, but you can kind of see the power here and look at that. And then the last thing to talk about is just the integrations. They're coming out with a lot more, but hey, Zapier is all I need, honestly, and Slack. Those are the two main ones. But webhooks is really big when people are trying to get away from Zapier and not wanting to upgrade to their higher plans. The webhook is awesome. If you can consume it, you have to have something to consume the webhook. But then there's some other ones that they're working out with as well. And once you start to get these messages and calls in place, this has got a nice dashboard. You can kind of see what's scheduled. You can see what messages are on there, and it works really well from that perspective. So I think it's great from that. Now, let's go ahead and copy this code. Um, they actually, I think, let me take a look. They have some pretty good instructions here. They have a WordPress plugin that when I first started using them, they didn't have. So that's just an example. So I'm going to actually, instead of copying the code, I'm going to go ahead and add this is the first time I've done this. I'm going to go ahead and check out their WordPress plugin because I might go and change my other sites and use this plugin. So there it is. Let's go ahead and install that now. Anytime there's a plugin, it's super simple to put on your WordPress site. I mean, you can't really get much easier. And that's why we recommend WordPress as our content management system for TechSmart bosses. All right, so let's go down there and see if there's some. Okay, there it is. Let's look at the settings for it and see what I'm sure we have to. Okay, there, enable. Okay, so now what we're going to do is enable it. Okay, this looks like it's a really simple one where it's just going to add to your code. So let's go ahead and copy that code. I'm pretty sure I'm doing this right. Let's make sure. Yeah, copy that code. So that's pretty intuitive. Let's paste that in there and let's save that. All right. So it's nice that I can enable and disable right here from this WordPress. Let's go ahead and take a look at the site now. Might have to clear my cache, but it should pop up there. Now, I'm pretty, yep, there it is. Look at that. I got my little Nova call. Now notice how I got a chat widget also here. And you'll see it did that little hey there, but it's covered. And that's why if I go back into NovaCall, into my widget settings, general settings here, actually I think it's going to be in my button design. See, I got it on right. I'm going to put it over to the left and update that. And now let's go back over here and refresh. There it is right there on the left now. Very easy. If I click there, there it is. I haven't set up any call reps, So I'm offline, so you'll see call me later or message us is all I can do at this point because I would need to go in there and set up my call rep, set up my numbers and all my availability and work schedule and things like that. So super simple. Really great. If this is a service, a product you think might generate more leads in your business, I would encourage you to take a look at NovaCall. And hey, if you like these kind of videos, definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check out our Facebook page. Every week we come out with a new video. And stay tuned for the next one.